Do you remember when the Seminole District had a basketball tournament and it was played at Liberty University at the Vine Center? Ryan Gilleland remembers it and remembers winning it. He singles out some of those basketball players that were on his team, as well as talks about some other good old days. Love going back in time because I hear stories and I hear names that I kind of forgotten. It's Ryan Gilleland on the Sports Buffet podcast. Ryan Gilleland, he's been around. He's got a lot of stories to tell. Now, normally we're more formal when we do the interviews after games. Please keep your clothes on and everything, but I mean, you can be a little less formal on
Yes, sir.
This one. So we grew up, literally like less than half a mile from each other, and we didn't know each other. Well, I didn't talk to you. I was scared of you. You were a bigger guy. And, it seemed like a lot of, back in the day in high school, a lot of kids were bigger. But correct me if I'm wrong, you have 2 older sisters, right?
2 older sisters, Kim and Candace.
So you're kind of used to the big kids growing up.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up, 2 older sisters. Kim's 6 years older than me, and Candace is 2 years older than me. So I was around older kids and in our neighborhood, playing with older kids and some of their friends, and then obviously some of friends my age as well.
What'd you do in the summer and when you were done with school in the neighborhood? Because back when we were growing up, it wasn't sit down and play video games, watch Price is Right all day. I mean, you were going outside, and then you came home when the street lights came on or when it got dark.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I grew up on Green Tree Drive, right off of Waterlick Road. So, a lot of kids I went to school with in our neighborhood, and the Poindexters lived right down the road on Waterlick. So, we just get together and play something, basketball, and played baseball, played some street hockey, and played whatever everybody wanted to do that day, or ride our bikes around the neighborhood. So yeah, a little bit different. I'm not gonna say we didn't play video games. I mean, I was an Atari.
It wasn't as plentiful then as it is now.
True. I was definitely an Atari guy, which some of the young ones don't even know what that is. So Atari and the Nintendos. So I played a little bit of video games for sure, but that definitely didn't consume our days like the cell phones and the video games do with these kids, including my children today. But that's kind of something you did at night.
Just out of curiosity, when did you move? Because I thought we grew up near each other, but when you lived on off Waterlick.
Well, a lot of people don't know, but I was born in Pennsylvania. Oh. My he was born in Pittsburgh, and both my parents grew up in New Holland, Pennsylvania, and I was born in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. And we moved to Charlotte when I was like 2 months old. So I lived in Charlotte for 2 years. Don't remember any of that. And then we moved to, Green Tree Drive when I was 2 years old. So, I mean, that's all I ever remembered. Yeah. And then moved to, Cameron Road over in Poplar Forest. I think I was in the 8th grade when I did that. So, yeah. So,
tell me about those Pennsylvania winters. Obviously, I can't do it. So,
my dad can tell you all about them for sure. But yeah, I got deep Pennsylvania roots for sure. And, my dad's still a huge Sixers, Eagles, and Phillies fan for sure.
Not you.
No, I'm a Red Sox guy, man. I grew up with the Wade Boggs and Roger Clemens and those teams, and the Mets broke my heart when I was little and had to wait a long time to see the Red Sox win it all. But I'm glad in my lifetime I got to see them do it.
Did the Mets break your heart, or did Bill Buckner break your heart? I mean, let's be real about this.
Yeah, I won't say his name, but yeah, that was a heartbreaker.
When did you know you were good at baseball?
I don't know. I mean, I played it all when I was little. I mean, I grew up playing Brookville Comets football. I mean, Forest really hadn't gotten off the ground yet with rec football. So played with the Brookville Comets and practiced up at St. Andrew's preschool. So did that in the fall. And then honestly, I first started playing basketball at Brookville too. So the Tim Brook Youth League over there. And then I did play, and I'll date myself again here. I grew up playing with the New London Association for rec sports. So I played a lot of my T-ball and younger years at New London before they built FYA, the facility right there on 811, which was, I don't know what grade I was in, maybe 7th or 8th grade.
Yeah, because there was no jump park for a long time.
No, just I played in New London, and then we played everywhere in Bedford County. Played at Bedford Rec. We played in Huddleston and Thaxton. We played in Manita. We played all the different, played Boonesboro, played in all these different places.
So when did you know you were good at baseball?
I I was trying to avoid that question, Bob. I don't know. I mean, it wasn't just me. It was just a lot of the guys I played with growing up. I mean, we were very competitive in like the regular season of rec, and then obviously you had all-stars at the end of the season where all the force teams came together and had an all-star team. And Jim Worley was usually our all-star coach because I played with Vince. Um,
And when you were growing up, travel baseball was not a thing like it is now.
no, it was all-stars, and when all-stars was done, that was it. It was on the football season after you enjoyed the rest of the summer. But yeah, there was no travel baseball. I mean, for me, we played Legion ball once I got into high school, and I think I played in a couple of showcase tournaments, maybe in the fall and the summer, but nothing like it is today.
So you played football and basketball at JF as well. 3 sports stand out. How much school pride did you have? I mean, would you have played, you think, travel ball if travel ball was an option back then for baseball? Or would you have been a 3-sport guy anyway?
I mean, I would like to think I would have been 3-sport. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed taking a break from all the other sports during the other seasons for sure. But no, those are some of my best memories are playing in high school. I mean, I played for some great coaches. I played for Bob Christmas in football, Jim Hawley in basketball, Jim Thacker for baseball. So those are 3 legends right there that, and sometimes you don't appreciate them as coaches until you're done playing for them. And definitely once you become coaches. And I think Coach Hawley is probably a great example of that. And he was very, very disciplined and very kind of, you got to do it his way or you're going to be sitting on the bench, which, as a 10th grader in high school, sometimes you didn't understand that. But if you weren't playing within his system, you knew when the buzzer was going off, you were coming out of the game. So now as a coach, I totally understand that. And I still keep up with Coach on Facebook, and I send him some messages from time to time and thanking him for everything he did for me.
Going to the Alta Vista Sports Hall of Fame.
Yeah, man, he was a legend there, a legend here as well. I don't think he gets as much credit as he deserves at JF, but
I would agree.
We had some good teams, and when you think about the teams we had, and I think my junior year we won the district tournament. And that's back when they played at the Vine Center. Yep. I mean, how awesome was that? I wish they would bring that back. I mean, holy cow, we thought we were playing in Madison Square Garden. So we won it my junior year. And we weren't really just basketball. I mean, we were multi-sport guys that basketball might have been our number 3 sport, 2 or 3 sport. But we knew when the basketball season came around, it was like, man, it's 20 degrees outside. I don't want to go out and throw a baseball when it's 20 degrees. And we enjoyed playing together. And we had a really good team. Like I said, we had a bunch of guys from football and baseball. Yeah, Poindexter.
We'll call him AP for the reference to this interview. If I say AP, that means Anthony Poindexter. Go ahead. Right. You can call him whatever.
Gotcha. And Brian Jennings obviously played football at Tech. And, Lanny Duncan, who's a JF Hall of Fame golfer, played at JMU. And, we had Toby Pfeiffer, who was a track star. I mean, we had guys that were really good at a lot of different sports. And we'd had some basketball-only guys like a Mike Campbell and a Brad Trent and Andrew Harvey, the guys that were good. Thomas Sweeney played with him as well. Very good player. So It was, again, back to Coach Hawley. I mean, he was taking guys, and there was no out-of-season practice and stuff. So he had to kind of bring it together. And think about the time, too, when we were having all that success in football. So it was like we were starting basketball late.
Right.
And that was –
And Hawley wasn't a run-and-gun guy, right?
No. That was definitely not something you want to do is pull up and shoot a 3-pointer on a fast break. I'll never forget that. My 10th grade year down at Alta Vista, fast break. I set up on the corner. Someone threw it to me. I shot it and made it. I could hear Coach Hawley yelling at me. Even I made the shot, and I knew when the buzzer went off, I was coming out. And sure enough, the buzzer goes off. Coming out of the game. That's not within our system. And we butted heads a little bit on that maybe my 10th grade year. But, hey, now as a coach, I realized, it wasn't within his system, not what he wanted to do, and wasn't part of the game plan.
I don't ever ask people for the best or most memorable moment, but outside of that moment, what are some moments from your basketball and or football time frames that stick out to you?
Yeah, I'll stick with basketball first. But, yeah, winning that district tournament, I think I could be wrong. I mean, you're the trivia guy here, but I think it was the first time in school history that JF had ever won the district tournament in basketball. So we took a lot of pride in that. And then my senior year, I think we won the regular season in the Seminole district, which was unheard of for JF at the time. So,
And one thing too, the Seminole was a lot of teams back then. It wasn't, what you see now.
Yeah,
I want to say you had Campbell, Buckingham, Alta Vista. Correct me if I'm.
No,
Nelson.
You're right. Every game in football, basketball, and baseball was a district game. There were no non-district games, so you had to come out ready to roll. But yeah, I remember the trips to Buckingham, Nelson, Appomattox.
Nelson probably played in that little cracker box.
Yeah, Nelson, smaller gym. Buckingham was a smaller gym. Now Nelson had built that new I guess they probably still
current
playing
gym.
it, but yeah, the current gym. When I think I was a senior, we played in that one. So those are some of my best basketball memories. And then football, obviously, I was a member of the '92 state championship team. So that's a great memory right there. And just the talent that we had on that team is pretty amazing. And then
you had a pretty big catch and made Friday Football Extra and ABC 13 and all the I forget. I want to say it was against Brookfield, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I mean, I scored some touchdowns, so I was probably a great person not to cover in football when you had Brian. We were in double tight wishbone, so you had Baron Spinner, you had Anthony, you have Brian Jennings, you got Billy Smith, and
it's not Steve Spurrier fun and gun back then either.
Nah, so I don't think I was a huge target to try to defend.
Watch that Gilleland guy out there.
Yeah, I ain't gonna throw it to him. But yeah, and Coach Christmas always designed some plays for me. So yeah, I got to score a touchdown at Stinger Stadium, which is a great memory. It was a great game for sure. And then the state championship game, the last football game I ever played at Matoka, the state championship game, scored a touchdown on pretty much the same play. We scored against Brookville, and then had an interception as well. Those are the highlights. Now the low lights of that game is a lot of that game I had to either block James Ferrier,
who went to
the University of Virginia and played for the Steelers for a long time, and that was not fun trying to block or defend a block against that human being.
Is he a UVA Hall of Famer too?
If he's not, he should be. I assume he is. But yeah, that guy was an absolute stud. So that
could you tell then he was going to be special?
Yeah. I mean, he had already committed and signed. I don't know if he had signed already, but definitely had already committed to UVA, and that was definitely a big part of that game plan, is to try to not let him beat us on both sides of the ball. We did our best, and we did. We came out. We played a really good game. That was a lot of fun playing it on the road on their home field, which they don't do anymore in VHSL. So that was something that we still take a lot of pride in for sure.
As we sit here, it's a rainy day in Forest. I shouldn't say rainy, but it's rained. We need it. But I would say that's the reason we don't play on home fields anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. And it's great for the kids to get to play on neutral sites and obviously college stadiums. Selfishly, baseball-wise, I wish we would go back to that as well. And I think we're really about the only sports, right, that don't play on college fields anymore in the spring. I mean, we play at if you make it to the state level, you get to play on some really nice high school fields for sure. But
you're lucky you get to play at City Stadium once a year.
Yeah, no doubt about that. That's always a highlight. But yeah, I don't understand why VHSL won't go back to college facilities for the spring sports state championships, which again, for rain and thunderstorms, that kind of helps out. I mean, in 2015, when we were in the state championship, we're playing at Liberty. So in our semifinal, we had 3 rain delays, but we finished the game because it was LU on the turf. But yeah, I think that's great for the kids to be able to play in those environments. I mean, basketball gets to play at VCU, and obviously the fall of football get to play in really nice stadiums, whether it's Salem Stadium or JMU, UVA Tech, whatever it may be. But yeah, I don't know how spring has gotten left out of that over the last 10 years or so.
Rewinding to basketball real quick, you got to play in what's called the old gym at JF. These youngsters, they think of the old gym. I don't guess they think of the weight room. But you had the balcony around. How was it? I mean, did you feel like you were in a pit when you played?
Man, that was great. That was a great home court advantage right there. People lined up around the top, and
I like the old gym a lot better than the gym now. I mean, but I'm just an old coot.
And I guess I'm an employee of Bedford County Public Schools. I might not be able to answer that one how I really want to answer it, but yes, I miss the old gym as well. The new one's bigger. It's probably nicer, but yeah, there's something about some of those old school gyms, and ours was really nice. So when I saw those renovation plans, I was like, man, I don't might be the only school in the history of schools that got rid of a gym that was already existing to put in a new gym.
Guess I won't be getting a check anymore for doing PA around here.
So yeah, I might not have a job after this interview, but yeah, I think a lot of the old school JF people think the same thing, man. They miss the old gym.
Well, I remember down in that corner you had Coach Thacker, Coach Burnett. And, I remember once I graduated and I felt like, when I started coaching and got to be in the corner, man, what a moment that was to be in the corner.
Yeah.
But, best basketball player or one of the best basketball players you played against?
Played against. Well, this will be a name for you. So I think it was my senior year. We made it to the regionals, played Salem. So I had to guard a guy named Mark Byington. You know who Mark Byington is, Bob?
I do.
He's had a fairly successful.
Do you want me to tell everybody?
Hey, you go ahead.
Go for it. You're the guest on my podcast.
So a fairly successful basketball coach now at the Division I level, JMU, and then on to Vanderbilt. So, yeah, that was not a fun matchup, and it's very similar to Farrier in football. Is like you realize that, man, those dudes are on a totally different level, and that's why they played at the levels that they did for sure. But I would say he was the best for sure.
It was hard for the Lynchburg area, I think, to have a best to play against in basketball because we don't have that like the other places do. Football a little bit different because we've had a lot of people go to the NFL. And baseball, I mean, shoot, we got a Hall of Famer in the house.
Yeah, I mean, when going back to basketball, I know you like your basketball, Bob, but probably the best in the district was Sherman Pennell, and I think he was a year older than me. But my junior year is when they had to forfeit some games, and then
money for dunks,
something like that.
I remember the paper reporting it back then because back in the day, I mean, you didn't have podcasts, you didn't have as much coverage of high school sports. Not that it has a ton now, but Dave Thornton back in the day in News in Advance is kind of one thing that you got. But go ahead, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah, no, you're right, and it was they ended up having to forfeit some games, and we had to play them in the first round at the Vine Center. So it was like it didn't work out in our favor, but we beat them, and that's the year we won the district tournament over there. So that was a unique situation. But man, Pennell, that guy was a heck of a player too. And they had, was it Mark Johnson? I think he was a guard on that team too. So that was a heck of a basketball game. And Alta Vista is always strong in basketball for sure.
Yeah, I would totally agree with that. Now getting to baseball. By the way, you did not. I don't think you never played a game on this field that we're sitting at, looking at Thacker Field. Never played a game. Played up on the old, right around the bus loop, kind of.
Yes, I played at the old field at the high school, and now I park there every single day when I go to school. Let me try to figure it out one day. I think I park right around where home plate is every single day that I go to school. So that definitely took some getting used to. Now, when I came back and first started teaching, they had turned it into the softball field. Yep. So it was still there. It was definitely different to see it as a softball field right there. But yeah, you had the tennis courts right beside it. So that's definitely some old school JF. And but yeah, I never played at Thacker Field, and I'll be honest with you, I never watched a game at Thacker Field until I started coaching here.
I don't think this field came along till I was like a junior or senior in high school. I graduated 2 years after you? 3? 97.
Yeah, I graduated in 94.
Okay.
So I know, and Coach Winterfeld, I think he was on the first team that played here.
He's a year behind me, yeah.
So it might have been his senior year. I know they had played some at Liberty and Lynchburg while they were building this. But yeah, I never watched a game here until I coached here in 2001.
R.I.P. Scotty Scott, but I guess all of his blasts that hit the Animals barn across the fence moved baseball.
Yeah, that was that was an interesting time in
mini green monster
history.
In left field because you had the big fence over there.
Yeah, it was definitely short fence or short distance to the fence and a taller fence, but yeah, a lot of balls got up and out of there for sure. And then I guess putting a barn with animals in it right on the other side of it. I don't know. That was maybe not the best idea, but that's some more JF baseball history.
One of the best players you played with on baseball field.
I mean, in high
Said
school,
one of, so I'm not going to get you in big trouble. I hope.
Oh man, in a lot of different levels that I played at and different
I prefer
leagues
high school
and things, but high school played with would. I mean, I have to go with Anthony. I mean, he was drafted by the Marlins. We haven't had many players drafted out of our program over the years, but he doesn't get enough credit as good of a baseball player as he was.
How good was he?
Very good. Great arm strength. And then he had some arm trouble, shoulder trouble from football there. But, yeah, great arm strength. And, I mean, over the years we played together, I mean, he made some of the best plays in the outfield, just robbing home runs and diving catches, and we played shortstop when I pitched. So, and also had some power. I mean, he could have played for us at UVA, and there was some initial talk about that possibly happening. And then obviously his football success, and he got hurt in his freshman year at UVA, had to have some surgery. But yeah, he teammate wise in high school, yeah, I definitely have to go with Anthony.
High school wise, who sticks out to you that you played against?
I tell this story a lot, and I just told this to our we have a freshman shortstop, Easton Long, this year, and his first start as a position in the lineup this year was against J.J. Davis up at Amherst a few weeks ago. And JJ's 92 to 93, and that was Easton's first start in the starting lineup was against JJ, and I think he walked a couple times against JJ. So for me, the story I told Easton, me and Anthony's freshman year, first game ever on varsity at the old field at JF, we played Rustburg. They had a kid, 6'4", left-handed arm, named Rodney Davidson. You remember the Rodney Davidson, Bob?
A little bit.
Okay. So Rodney was probably 91 to 93 from the left side, our first game ever on varsity. And we didn't play travel. We didn't see 90 plus ever. We'd never seen anything like that. And I think we were hitting maybe 8th and 9th. Coach Thacker put us 8th and 9th in the lineup. I think we both struck out 3 times that game. And I don't even, excuse me, I don't even know if I swung the bat. If I swung it, I didn't come close to hitting it. We both walked off the field that game. We're like, man, I don't know if we're ready for this stuff in the Seminole District. That was a very humbling moment that Coach Thacker stuck with. He said, man, that'll be the best arm you see all year. I promise you, you guys are going to be fine. And he was right. We adjusted to the level, had some success as freshmen against them. But yeah, he was pretty daggone special my 9th grade year. And then obviously the older we got, obviously played against Brandon Inge.
Things worked out for him
at Brookville. Yeah, he's and a lot of people don't know he was a great pitcher in high school, and I played against him in college. He played at VCU, so he was their starting shortstop and their closer. So I had to play against him in college twice a year too, which is cool. But then we played together. Me and Brandon and Anthony, we all played together in Legion ball in the summer. So it was pretty much a Seminole District all-star team every time we had Legion. So we had some really, really good American Legion teams with some of the Seminole players.
Who stuck out to you from Legion besides Poindexter and Inge?
Oh man, I mean,
gonna go down the whole roster.
I mean, we had Scotty Scott,
Who
played
pitched?
pro ball. Inge pitched. We had Patrick Muncher from Brookville, who was 6'6". He ended up playing at Ferrum, great player. We had Ty Mason from William Campbell, who's a great player, great pitcher. Mark Tyler for us pitched. He did a great job. I pitched a little bit. So we had a ton of pitchers on that team from, like I said, pretty much the Seminole District all-star team right there. So those are some great memories playing Legion too.
Talk to me about when you got the first call or recruitment from University of Virginia.
So, for me, there was no travel, like I said, and recruiting was later than it is now. You have kids committing in 9th grade now, and a few years ago you had them committing in 7th and 8th grade, things like that, which is crazy to me. So back then it was a little bit more delayed, where they didn't really start watching you until like your junior year in high school. And it's very similar today, where Division I schools, it's hard for them to get out in the spring because they're playing too.
Was college baseball as popular back then, you think, as it is now?
Probably not, just
Okay.
because it's not as televised and you can't stream all the games and everything. But I paid pretty close attention to it once I got into high school. But which the Commonwealth Games, which have been around, I think we played in the second year they ever had it, which would have been, I guess, 1993 or something like that. Me and Anthony were on that team. We were on the West team, and that's where UVA really first saw me play. And you play 4 games over 3 days up there, and I had a good week. And NC State was there. Jim Toman, who was an assistant at NC State at the time, that's where NC State saw me play. JMU as well, and then Virginia Tech. I went to a camp there that summer at Virginia Tech, and right after that is when they started recruiting me.
How'd you feel when that trader from the Gilleland family decided to go to Virginia Tech to play baseball this past?
Hey, man.
Did we not talk to him? Hey,
yeah, I mean, hey, blood's thicker than anything. I mean, I was the biggest Virginia Tech fan for sure last spring. So yeah, that was a proud moment. I mean, I got to coach Jackson and obviously follow him at Mercer for very successful 4 years there, and then he got his grad year at Virginia Tech. So yeah, I was a huge Virginia Tech fan. I can't cheer too much against Virginia Tech because my wife's a Virginia Tech grad. So
well, you can. You just might have to go to a hotel. But
yeah. And then my son, he's going to NC State next year. Beckett is, and he got it down to NC State and Virginia Tech. And Mama was pulling hard for Virginia Tech. I tried to stay out of it as much as I could, but yeah, I think he broke his mama's heart, and going to down to Raleigh didn't break my heart too much because I kind of saw myself in him. I was like, man, I had mine kind of down to Tech, NC State, and UVA. Yeah, so he kind of went kind of the same visits and things like that I did. And obviously he's not playing baseball at NC State, but just how he kind of got down to that decision.
Let's get back to you real quick. Now, you said Commonwealth Games is where UVA, and it's kind of where Ryan Gilleland got put on the map. Did Commonwealth Games don't they have like a tryout or like a all-star day or showcase day before the tournament starts?
Yeah, they do. And
they have that back then?
And I've been fortunate. I've been able to coach in it the last 10 years, something like that. So, and it's actually the same head coach, Rodney Spradlin, coached me in it, and he's still the West head coach. So once Coach Thacker retired, and Coach Thacker had coached in it for years, and Rodney said, "You want to coach?" I said, "Heck yeah, man. I enjoyed that." So, we've had it at Liberty, and that's
here comes the train.
Pretty cool.
We can keep going. I mean, I'm just making a note that the train's coming.
Hey, yeah.
When I interviewed Scott Zaring and JT Cruz, I hear the bell ringing. So, we point out that they're student athletes. At least somebody's getting their load of groceries or whatever delivered to the local store.